Chosen one, listen with every fiber of your being, because what I'm about to speak is not casual and it is not distant. It is urgent. It is immediate. Right now, heaven is stirring over your life in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. The obedience you have carried quietly, the moments when you whispered yes to God, even when the world resisted, they have not gone unnoticed. They have not fallen into the shadows of your memory. Heaven is responding, and the shift you've been waiting for is beginning to unfold. You have been rare, set apart, marked from birth, for a purpose that defies ordinary understanding. Others may have questioned your path, underestimated your timing, or doubted your potential, but you, chosen one, have pressed on silently, faithfully, obediently. That obedience, small as it seemed in the moment, has triggered a response from the heavens, a movement designed to align every circumstance in your life with the divine plan. There is a weight on your spirit today. And it is not anxiety, it is anticipation. It is the weight of destiny drawing near, the kind that quickens your heart and stirs your soul into readiness. You may feel restless or perhaps even unseen. But know this, every delay, every test, every quiet act of faith has been setting the stage for a moment like this. A moment where the invisible threads of heaven pull tight, where the spiritual gears of the universe turn in your favor, and where doors you thought were locked begin to swing open. And yet, there is more. The fullness of this revelation cannot be captured in words alone. What is coming is personal, precise, and sacred. It is a movement that touches your calling, your destiny, and the very core of who you were created to be. In the coming moments of this message, you will hear truths that feel both familiar and astonishing, truths that affirm your walk and ignite the fire that has been quietly burning within you. Hold your spirit steady, chosen one. Listen closely. What was once delayed, what was once hidden, what was once overlooked now rises. Heaven is responding. Your obedience has been noted, and the doors of destiny are beginning to open. The voice you feel stirring in your spirit is not random. It is the voice of heaven, deliberate and precise, reaching across the unseen to speak directly to your heart. This message comes from the one who has known you long before your first breath, who has numbered your days and aligned every step of your journey. The authority behind these words is not human. It is eternal, unchanging, and filled with purpose. Every moment of obedience you offered, every whisper of faith has been cataloged by the divine. And now that record is moving. There is a pattern in what is unfolded in your life, a rhythm that only heaven understands. You may have walked through seasons of waiting, of quiet obedience, that felt unnoticed, but each of these moments was a sacred preparation. The unseen hands of God have been orchestrating circumstances, shaping opportunities, and refining your heart to receive the fullness of what is now being released. You are on the precipice of something monumental, and this is not by chance. It is destined. As you hear these words, I want you to feel the weight of sacred authority resting on them. This is not encouragement from men, nor comfort from the familiar. It is a divine assignment speaking through you, speaking over you. Every step of your past obedience is now a trigger for divine alignment. Doors that seemed permanently closed are shifting, and the currents of heaven are moving in synchronization with your life. The subtle, unseen movements that you could not name before are now converging into tangible opportunities, confirmations, and breakthroughs. There is a deep intentionality behind the timing of this message. You are entering a season where preparation meets fulfillment, where faith meets action, and where obedience meets reward. The signal has already been sent, and the response has begun. In the invisible realms, spiritual forces are aligning in your favor. Angels assigned to your journey are moving into position. Divine strategies that were hidden from your understanding are now being revealed in ways that resonate with your very soul. Feel the authority in this truth. God sees every step you have taken in quiet faith. He knows the sacrifices, the struggles, the moments of doubt you overcame silently. And the response from heaven is not generic. It is precise, tailored, and intimately connected to the life you are walking. What you are about to experience is the intersection of divine timing, deliberate obedience, and sacred purpose. It is the fulfillment of promises written before time began coming to pass. Now, because you stood firm when it mattered most. Prepare your heart, not in anxiety, but in reverence. Recognize that this is sacred territory, a place where spiritual reality touches your earthly path, where guidance from the unseen meets your visible world. Every thought, every choice, every act of faith has contributed to this moment. And now, as we continue, the prophecy that has been quietly gestating in heaven will be unveiled. You are about to see how your obedience has set in motion forces that will shift the course of your destiny. Now listen closely, for the moment of revelation is upon you. What has been quietly forming behind the veil of the unseen is ready to surface. A shift is occurring, one that will touch every corner of your life. Heaven has responded to your obedience, and the chains that once held opportunities at bay are beginning to break. Doors that were locked, paths that seemed impossible, and seasons that felt stagnant are now yielding to divine movement. What you are about to step into is precise, personal, and sacred. The prophecy over your life is not abstract. It is tangible, like a current rushing beneath the surface, ready to lift you. It speaks of a breakthrough that has been reserved for this exact season, a moment that aligns with the obedience you offered when no one was watching. It is as if the heavens themselves have leaned forward saying, "The time is now." The response has come. You may feel it in your spirit as an almost electric pressure, a stirring that hints at doors swinging open, opportunities manifesting, and confirmations arriving in ways you cannot yet fully articulate. Expect a convergence of blessings, chosen one. This is not a single moment, but a cascade, a series of releases, each one meticulously timed to intersect with your readiness. Some will arrive in the form of new connections, relationships that empower your purpose, and doors that guide you toward your calling. Others will come as revelations, moments of clarity that illuminate decisions, remove confusion, and confirm the path you have been walking in faith. You will begin to recognize patterns that were once hidden. You will feel guidance and intuition sharpened, as if the hand of heaven is drawing a map directly over your life. At the same time, this prophecy carries a profound intensity. It is a shift that will require your discernment, your faith, and your courage. There will be visible signs, sudden opportunities, unexplainable alignments, and moments of divine favor. And there will also be subtler confirmations, like dreams, words spoken in passing, or inner impressions that you cannot ignore. Each of these is a thread carefully woven into the tapestry of your destiny, and each requires that you remain alert, obedient, and receptive. Visualize this. The sky above you opens with light streaming through breaking shadows that once obscured your vision. The storms that tested you are receding, replaced by currents of favor that carry momentum in your direction. Invisible hands guided by divine authority are rearranging circumstances, removing obstacles, and placing people, resources, and opportunities where they belong. You are not merely a witness to this unfolding. You are a participant, a co-laborer with heaven, whose prior obedience activated these movements. Do not be discouraged by what still seems hidden. The prophecy does not reveal all at once. It is a layered unveiling, a sacred choreography that requires both patience and readiness. Some of the manifestations will surprise you. Others will feel gradual, and still others will demand your decisive action. But every element is aligned with the faithfulness you have displayed in quiet, unseen moments. Prepare yourself for confirmation after confirmation. Chosen one. The breakthroughs, the doors, the revelations, they are no longer distant promises. They are the tangible unfolding of your obedience, a divine answer to prayers offered in faith. Heaven has responded. God has moved. And as you step forward, watch closely for the signals, the synchronicities, and the unmistakable fingerprints of divine orchestration in every detail of your life. As the prophecy unfolds, it is vital to understand the deeper spiritual currents at work. What you are experiencing is more than circumstance. It is the interplay of divine timing, obedience, and preparation. Every moment of faithfulness, every choice to walk in integrity, every whispered prayer has shaped a spiritual alignment that now positions you for a breakthrough. Heaven does not move randomly. It moves according to principles that transcend human understanding, yet they leave tangible evidence in the life of the obedient. Think of your life as a landscape carved by unseen rivers. These rivers, invisible to the casual eye, have been shaping valleys of opportunity, mountains of strength, and plains of clarity. Your obedience has been the guiding channel for these spiritual currents. The storms you endured, the trials, the delays, the moments of frustration were not punishments. They were instruments of refinement, smoothing jagged edges, deepening your capacity to receive, and strengthening the faith that anchors you in divine reality. Every challenge, every moment of patience has been preparing your spirit to rise in alignment with heaven's response. Consider the metaphor of seasons. Just as the earth passes through winter before the bloom of spring, your life has passed through seasons of preparation. Some winters were harsh, filled with the silence of apparent stagnation. But beneath the surface, seeds of destiny were being planted, nurtured by your obedience, watered by your faith, and protected by divine hands. Now, as the light of revelation begins to shine, you are entering a season of bloom. What was hidden, delayed, or restrained is beginning to emerge in alignment with your purpose. Your obedience has triggered a principle that heaven operates by responsiveness to faith. God's timing is perfect, but it responds dynamically to the faith that activates it. When you chose to obey, even when it was inconvenient, uncomfortable, or unseen, you opened a channel for divine activity. This is why some of the breakthroughs will appear almost instantaneously, while others unfold gradually. Each is designed to reflect both your spiritual readiness and the perfection of God's timing. Symbols are at work all around you, woven into your life by divine orchestration. Light breaking through clouds, sudden clarity in moments of confusion, unexpected doors opening. These are not coincidences. They are signposts of the spiritual principles guiding your journey. Obedience, faith, patience, and perseverance are like keys. Each unlocks a specific aspect of your destiny. By recognizing these spiritual signs, you not only affirm God's work in your life, but also cultivate a sensitivity that allows you to navigate future blessings with clarity and discernment. Transformation is a natural result of obedience. When you obey even in small matters, it creates a resonance with heaven's will. That resonance expands, shaping your character, refining your spirit, and heightening your awareness of divine timing. You are being prepared to carry more than opportunity. You are being prepared to carry purpose, responsibility, and influence in alignment with your calling. The spiritual depth of this moment cannot be measured merely in outcomes. It is measured in the growth, refinement, and readiness it fosters within you. Understand this, and let it anchor your soul. Every trial you endured, every moment of waiting, every act of quiet obedience is now converging into fulfillment. Your life is a vessel that has been strengthened to receive a heart that has been calibrated to align with divine rhythms, and a spirit that has been tested to withstand the intensity of what is coming. The light piercing through the storms, the doors opening, the confirmations arriving. These are not just external events. They are spiritual expressions of the obedience that has triggered heaven's response. As you move forward, maintain the awareness that every unfolding moment is layered with purpose. The prophecy is not simply about what will happen. It is about why it happens and what it accomplishes within you. It transforms your understanding. It deepens your faith. And it positions you to fully inhabit the destiny for which you were created. You are being called to not only witness the divine response, but to embody it, to walk through it with clarity, courage, and sacred awareness. As heaven responds to your obedience, subtle and unmistakable signs begin to appear around you. These confirmations are the whispers of God in your daily life, the tangible proof that what has been promised is moving toward fulfillment. Pay close attention, for these indicators are not random. They are divine fingerprints, each placed with precision to reassure your spirit and guide your steps. First, you may notice unexpected doors opening. Opportunities that were previously unavailable suddenly present themselves. A meeting that seemed impossible to schedule, an introduction that appears perfectly timed, or a solution to a problem you've carried for months. All of these are confirmations that heaven is actively arranging circumstances on your behalf. Second, a sudden clarity in your thoughts may begin to arise. Decisions that once felt heavy or confusing now carry a sense of ease and discernment. Your intuition sharpens, guiding you toward choices that align with your purpose. This clarity is a signal that spiritual alignment is taking place within your heart and mind. Third, you may encounter repetitive symbolic signs, often in subtle ways, a phrase in a song, a verse in a book, numbers that recur, or visions in dreams that echo the same message. These are God's way of catching your attention, confirming that the direction you are moving is divinely orchestrated. Fourth, notice the sudden removal of obstacles that once blocked your path. What felt like resistance, delays, closed doors, or opposition is beginning to dissipate. The heaviness that weighed you down is lifting, replaced by momentum that propels you forward. This is a tangible response to your faithful obedience. Fifth, you may feel an inner peace and reassurance that surpasses understanding. Even when circumstances are still forming externally, your spirit knows the truth. That quiet confidence is not self-generated. It is heaven affirming that your obedience has triggered a response and that the outcome is secured. Finally, pay attention to synchronized alignment with others, people entering your life who are positioned to support your calling, mentors whose guidance arrives just when you need it, and allies who appear as if by divine timing. These connections are not accidental. They are orchestrated to ensure you have the support, wisdom, and resources necessary for the next phase of your journey. All of these signs together form a tapestry of confirmation, a multi-dimensional proof that the heavens are responding. Take time to recognize them, record them, and allow them to anchor your faith. Each one is a reminder. Your obedience has been noticed. Heaven is moving, and your destiny is unfolding. Even as the signs of confirmation emerge, it is important to recognize that not all obstacles have vanished. There are hidden challenges ahead, subtle pressures, and unseen tests that serve a higher purpose. These are not punishments or signals that you have failed. Rather, they are refining fires designed to strengthen your faith, sharpen your discernment, and prepare you for the fullness of what is coming. Some challenges may appear as delays in progress. What seems like a step backward is often a pause that allows spiritual alignment to deepen. These pauses are critical. They give you time to consolidate your growth, reassess your steps, and fortify your inner resolve. Trust that these delays are deliberate, orchestrated by a wisdom far greater than our own. Other challenges may come in the form of opposition or misunderstanding from others. As you step into the path heaven has prepared, people may question your choices, resist your influence, or attempt to discourage you. These moments are tests designed to reveal the depth of your commitment and the sincerity of your obedience. Remember, the greater your calling, the greater the resistance you may face. You may also encounter inner struggles, moments of doubt, fear, or weariness. These internal battles are just as important as external ones. They refine your character, strengthen your spiritual muscles, and prepare your heart to receive the blessings that are coming. Every temptation to compromise, every whisper of fear, is an opportunity to reaffirm your trust in God's plan and to exercise steadfast faith. A fourth hidden challenge can manifest as unexpected responsibilities or increased burdens. The closer you move toward your purpose, the more demands may arise. This is not meant to overwhelm you. It is meant to test your ability to navigate complexity with grace and faith. Each burden you carry faithfully strengthens your readiness for the divine favor that awaits. Through all of these hidden challenges, the principle remains clear. They are temporary, purposeful, and essential. They are a crucible in which your obedience is tested and your spirit is refined. The trials are not signs of divine disfavor, but markers of spiritual maturation. Endure them with faith, knowing that each obstacle is a stepping stone toward your ultimate breakthrough. Keep your eyes fixed not on the difficulty, but on the promise. Every hidden challenge is a threshold, a preparation for the revelation that follows. You are not alone in these moments. The same hand that orchestrated your blessings is present in every unseen trial, guiding, protecting, and preparing you to walk into your destiny fully equipped. Now is the time to act with both urgency and faith. The movement of heaven is responding to your obedience, but it requires your active participation. Spiritual breakthroughs are not passive. They demand alignment between your choices, your faith, and your actions. To prepare for the fullness of what is coming, you must take deliberate, sacred steps that honor the path God has laid before you. First, maintain unwavering obedience in the small and large areas of your life. Every moment of integrity, every act of kindness, every decision to choose faith over fear, creates a resonance with heaven that activates further blessings. Obedience is not simply compliance, it is a sacred alignment with the divine will, a tuning of your spirit to the rhythm of God's plan. Your past obedience has triggered this response. Your continued faithfulness will sustain it. Second, cultivate a life of intentional prayer and meditation. Speak to God not only with requests, but with openness to hear His guidance. In quiet reflection, allow your spirit to discern the movements of heaven. Pay attention to impressions, dreams, and sudden insights. They are the language through which the divine communicates. Prayer is the mechanism by which your obedience is translated into action. And meditation is the space where clarity and wisdom are revealed. Third, embrace discernment in every decision. Opportunities will appear, but not all of them are aligned with your purpose. Use the wisdom gained from experience, the confirmations from spiritual signs, and the guidance of your intuition to navigate choices carefully. Each decision is a pivot point, a moment where heaven's favor intersects with human action. Choosing wisely ensures that your path remains clear and your breakthrough is unencumbered. Fourth, strengthen your spiritual and emotional resilience. Hidden challenges may continue to surface, testing your endurance and patience. Do not be discouraged by setbacks or moments of doubt. Instead, view them as exercises in fortitude, shaping you into a vessel capable of carrying the weight of divine blessing. Practices like journaling, fasting, and spiritual reflection can help fortify your inner resolve, ensuring that your spirit remains steady amidst external turbulence. Fifth, engage in acts of service and love. Your destiny is not only personal, it is interwoven with the lives of others. Acts of compassion, generosity, and encouragement not only bless those around you, they open spiritual channels that multiply your favor. Obedience and service are intertwined. The one who gives faithfully becomes a conduit for heaven's provision. Finally, hold your vision with expectation and gratitude. Speak words of affirmation over your life daily, declaring the promises of God as if they have already manifested. Expectation is a spiritual posture that positions you to receive, while gratitude transforms your awareness to recognize the blessings as they arrive. Cultivate a lifestyle that celebrates both the journey and the fulfillment, knowing that every step of preparation magnifies the impact of the breakthrough. Remember, these instructions are sacred, but they are also empowering. They are not burdens, They are tools that allow you to co-labor with heaven in a purposeful, intentional way. The same obedience that triggered this divine response now becomes the vehicle through which you fully participate in your destiny. Take these steps with urgency, confidence, and faith, knowing that each action aligns you further with the movement of God. The moment is approaching, when heaven's response will intersect with your life in undeniable ways. Preparation, discernment, and continued faithfulness will ensure that you are ready to step fully into your calling, equipped, aligned, and strengthened for the journey ahead. As you move forward in obedience and preparation, know this: you are not alone. Divine protection surrounds you in ways both seen and unseen. The same hand that orchestrates your blessings also shields you from harm, guides your steps, and covers your journey with a sacred presence. You may not always see it, but it is there, constant, unwavering, and purposeful. Imagine a fortress of light encircling your spirit, a barrier that repels negativity, fear, and doubt. Every act of faith, every obedient choice strengthens this divine shield. Where you once felt vulnerability or uncertainty, there is now a spiritual reinforcement, a hedge of protection designed to ensure that nothing can derail the fulfillment of what heaven has prepared. You may notice subtle signs of this protection, sudden shifts in circumstances, timely warnings in your spirit, or the presence of allies appearing just when you need them. Even when challenges arise, the impact is softened and you are guided safely through. This assurance is a tangible expression of God's faithfulness, proof that every step you take in alignment with His will is watched over and preserved. Beyond physical and circumstantial protection, there is an inner peace that accompanies those walking in obedience. It is a deep knowing, a quiet confidence that you are being upheld. In moments of fear or doubt, this peace acts as an anchor, reminding you that heaven is active on your behalf. You do not have to struggle alone. The divine presence moves with you, ahead of you, and around you, clearing paths and covering your steps. Remember, protection is also relational. You are surrounded by spiritual allies, angels, guides, and unseen forces assigned to your life. They are not distant observers. They are active participants in your journey, responding to your faith and obedience. The spiritual realm aligns with your purpose, reinforcing your path and ensuring that the breakthroughs coming are preserved and secured. Rest in this truth: no attack, no opposition, no delay can override the movement heaven has initiated. Your obedience has triggered a response that is precise, deliberate, and safeguarded. Trust that you are fully covered, fully equipped, and fully supported as you continue forward. With every step, allow this divine assurance to anchor your spirit, quiet your fears, and embolden your faith. Now imagine the culmination of this divine movement, the moment where obedience, faith, and preparation converge into tangible transformation. What was once hidden, delayed, or veiled now begins to manifest fully. Your life is stepping into a new dimension, one defined not by struggle, but by purpose, clarity, and spiritual fulfillment. This is the reward of steadfast faith, the awakening of your true potential in alignment with heaven's design. You will notice the internal transformation first. Your heart becomes lighter, your mind sharper, and your spirit more resilient. Fear and doubt begin to lose their grip as confidence rooted in divine certainty takes their place. The burdens that once weighed heavily are replaced with understanding and clarity, and a sense of sacred purpose courses through every decision you make. You begin to see yourself not merely as one who follows, but as one who co-labors with heaven in the unfolding of destiny. Externally, transformation is equally visible. Opportunities that were previously unattainable begin to align before you. Relationships, finances, and creative endeavors start moving in harmony with your calling. Doors swing open with timing so precise it feels orchestrated because it is. Every blessing and breakthrough is calibrated to reflect both your faithfulness and the alignment of your spirit with divine intent. The emotional impact is profound. You feel gratitude that transcends circumstance, hope that outshines fear, and joy that radiates from your deepest being. Moments of recognition, affirmation, and celebration become milestones marking your journey of obedience and faith. You are no longer walking in partial understanding. You are stepping into a reality that mirrors the promises whispered over you long ago. Transformation also carries responsibility and empowerment. As your life rises, you become a beacon for others, a vessel through which divine favor can flow to those around you. Your story of faith and obedience inspires, strengthens, and encourages others to trust in their own journey. Every step forward is both a personal fulfillment and a ripple in the greater tapestry of God's work on earth. Take a moment to envision the culmination of this process. The storms you endured now serve as a backdrop to your triumph. The challenges that tested your faith now stand as monuments of resilience. Your obedience, once quiet and unseen, has become the catalyst for a life transformed, one that reflects purpose, divine timing, and sacred destiny. You are not the same person who began this journey. You are elevated, refined, and prepared to fully inhabit the calling placed upon you. Let this vision anchor your heart as you step forward. Every act of faith, every obedient choice, every moment of patience has been contributing to this transformation. You are ready to receive, ready to embrace, and ready to flourish in the fullness of what heaven has orchestrated. The fulfillment is not distant. It is imminent, personal, and breathtaking in its design. As you stand on the threshold of this divine fulfillment, take these words deep into your spirit. Repeat them, embrace them, and let them anchor your heart in faith and expectation. Affirmation 1. I am aligned with God's perfect timing, and my obedience triggers heaven's response. Let this truth settle within you, a reminder that every faithful step matters and every act of integrity activates divine favor. Affirmation 2. I am protected, guided, and surrounded by divine presence at all times. Carry this assurance with you, knowing that no challenge, no opposition, no uncertainty can overpower the hedge of protection placed around your life. Affirmation 3. I am prepared to receive the fullness of my destiny, and I step forward with confidence. Speak this boldly, declaring your readiness to inhabit the blessings, breakthroughs, and transformations that have been meticulously arranged in your favor. Affirmation 4. I trust that every delay, every trial, and every challenge has been refining me for greater purpose. Let this remind you that patience and faithfulness are not wasted. They are the very tools through which your life is being elevated. Now receive this blessing. May the light of heaven illuminate your path, dispelling every shadow of doubt and fear. May every door that was locked now swing open in perfect timing. May divine favor accelerate toward you, confirming your obedience, honoring your faith, and manifesting your purpose in ways that astonish both your heart and your understanding. May your spirit be strengthened, your mind clarified, and your heart filled with unwavering hope. May the unseen hands of heaven continue to guide you, protect you, and position you for breakthroughs that honor your calling. Know that you are seen, valued, and deeply loved by the one who set you apart. Step forward in faith, for your obedience has triggered a divine response. The moment of fulfillment is near. You are ready, you are equipped, and you are covered. Walk into this next season with courage, expectation, and peace, knowing that the prophecy over your life is being realized in real time.